listening to the Arcane soundtrack be like?
This world is a wasteland where nothing can grow.
If you clicked on this video, I'm assuming you're either someone who has been watching my channel for a while now and you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, or you're someone who saw Arcane in the title and got intrigued and are wondering who the hell I am. So hi, welcome. This is a channel where I like to talk about music, analyze it, rank it, comment, etc. Usually I talk about pop music, especially the pop girls, but today I wanted to do something a little different and make a video about something I've been listening to kind of non-stop for the last few weeks. It's taken up my headspace, it's all I can think about, it's in my dreams. Yes, that's right, we are talking about the soundtrack to the one and only Arcane. Move aside Eternal Sunshine, this is actually album of the year. Something about this soundtrack in particular just really hits different. First of all, let me just rant about Arcane for a little bit, okay? This show is really good. And that is an understatement. If you haven't seen Arcane, bitch, go watch it. This is easily one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm obsessed with every character, every frame, every moment in this show. Genuinely, this is cinema at its finest, and I'm not even exaggerating. With a lot of my favorite things, it's like, yeah, that's really good, but I can understand if you don't like it. With Arcane, it's like, no, you have to watch this. I will talk your ear off until you watch it. And the thing is, I never know how to describe this show to other people because yes, it's an animated show based on the video game League of Legends. So just based on that, I can understand why it would not seem very appealing to a lot of people, but it is so much more than that. It's mature, it's dramatic, it's intricate, it's funny. Every single moment is just so well crafted. I could go on and on. Anyways, that brings me to the focus of this video, which is the music. This show's music is so good that they quite literally doubled the number of songs they included in the soundtrack going from season 1 to season 2. That is how good the music was, that's how much people loved it.
What we do with music in the second season is something that's just a big step up in terms of just scope and ambition.
And the songs themselves are bangers. Like, if really it was just about having music for the sake of having music, I wouldn't even complain. But what Arcane does so well is integrate that music into the story. There's so many scenes in the show where the music just kind of takes center stage. Show Don't Tell is easily one of the main reasons I think this show has been so successful and why people really love it. And the music is a great way of doing that because, again, it's not the characters just explaining their emotions, just explaining what's going on. It's the music that's doing that for you in very subtle, very intricate ways with the scenery playing out, and I think it really immerses you into what's going on. One thing I also really love about this soundtrack is just how diverse it is. So many different artists, so many different genres that it spans, and it really makes for an interesting listening experience because you would think on the surface going back and forth between so many genres, it would feel very disconnected, but it doesn't. It all still feels very Arcane. And so, doing what I do best, or maybe not that great, but I thought I'd take it upon myself to rank all these songs. And keep in mind, this is not a serious, objective, methodical ranking. This really is just like my least favorite to favorite. I'm not trying to be super serious with this video. I mean, I don't even have a ton of stuff scripted out about each song. I just put together my ranking, and as usual, we're just gonna go one by one from the worst song to the best song, in my opinion, and talk about this body of music that's really incredible. I also will be splitting the songs up into 5 tiers as we go, and you'll see what those are. Last disclaimer is that this is a song ranking, and I really wanted it to be about the music itself, you know, just taking these songs for what they are. But ultimately, because it's a soundtrack to a show, part of the beauty of these songs is how they fit into the show. So sometimes my love for a song has a lot to do with the scene that it's part of. Sometimes it's just a great song in and of itself. So I'll try to explain, you know, my reasonings and feelings as we go, but don't take anything too personally. Remember, it's just my ranking. Okay, enough of the disclaimers. I think without further ado, let's just get right into it. Starting at the bottom with tier number 5, these are for the few, and by few I mean very few, songs in this soundtrack that I personally just don't really like and that I would consider to be skips. I will say for pretty much all these songs, it really is just a personal taste thing. I don't think there's anything about these songs that particularly annoys me. Within the scene itself, I think they fit great. The music in this show does what it needs to do. So for this tier, I thought a fitting title would be jaybe Not from Victor.
jaybe or jaybe Not.
jaybe or jaybe Not. That was so bad. Okay. It's just 3 songs, and I don't have much to say about them individually. Like, I will be saying things about all the songs as we go, but these 3, again, it really is just like, I don't really care for them. So I'm just gonna play them one by one. You'll see what they are, and then we'll move right along. Okay, that's it. That's it for tier number 5. Like, genuinely, those are the only 3 songs on this whole soundtrack that I just, like, always skip. Everything else is good. Now we're moving up to tier number 4. These are songs that I like. I kind of consider them conditional skips. So I like them for the most part. They're good, but this isn't like the really, really good stuff that I seek out, that I want to listen to, that like really does it for me. This tier name I called Blisters and Bedrock, titled after, you know, Vander and Silco's like salute to each other.
Blisters and bedrock.
Blisters and bedrock.
Because it's like, yes, I salute you. You did good. You served your purpose. I like you, but there's just other songs that I like more. Again, guys, I really tried my best with these tier names. They might not always fit, but you get the idea. Okay, let's get into it. I think it's interesting there's only one song in the whole soundtrack that doesn't have any lyrics. Like, this is the only one that's purely instrumental, but they put it in the soundtrack and not the score. I think that's kind of interesting. Oh my god, there's sirens going on. Do you hear that? Anyways, I do largely prefer the songs with lyrics, but this one is just like really fun. It goes hard. This is one that actually has kind of grown on me because on first listen, it has that heavy metal vibe to it that I just don't really like. It's not my thing, but the verses are so much fun and the production on this song is absolutely tremendous. It's so incredibly fun. And I love the scene that it's paired with. Again, this is something really good that Arcane does. It pairs these like frankly tragic scenes with these just like really fun songs. This scene is just a manifestation of Caitlyn's like rage and anger over Jinx and wanting to flood the Undercity with this poisonous gas. And when you think about it that way, it's like a pretty tragic scene, but then you have this fun, upbeat, like, hey, get into it song in the background. It's just like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. And that's really a summary of this entire show.
Just blood, sweat and tears is all I know.
Okay, Miss Barbara Howard, I didn't know you could sing like that. Seriously, she slayed the vocal delivery here, and when I learned Cheryl Lee Ralph plays Barbara Howard in Abbott, I was gagged. I was absolutely gagged because I love that show, and she did amazing on this song. Honestly, if this was paired with a scene from the show, I would probably like it even more. But yeah, great song.
Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy.
Unfortunately, Overplay did take some points off for this one. I also think it's hilarious that this is the only song that's like canon to the Arcane universe. That scene was really funny to me. This one is just really catchy. That's all I have to say. I mean, these fight scenes, they know how to score a fight scene.
I just wanna be a good passenger. I'm feeling fantastic.
I remember when this scene came on, and I was out loud, I was like, damn, right there in the prison. Right there. Like, Caitlyn has that big-ass bed, and y'all are just gonna do it right there. That's how you know they were down bad for each other for a long time. They were horny. But yeah. Thank you. I think this song is a really good representation of this clash between disturbing, unsettling scenery and bops of music, because this is our introduction into Silco's last drop after that devastating end to season 1, act 1. And it's like, you hate it, you know this is wrong. And then you just have this jam in the background that's like sweeping you off your feet, making you want to dance.
Is a bubbling fountain.
Again, why do they keep putting these catchy ass songs behind these stressful, devastating scenes? Like, no. No. We can't be doing this, because I can't be shaking my ass while Vi is about to turn herself in to the enforcers. No. That's not how this works. And then the way it comes back in season 2, oh my goodness. I can't do this right now. I physically cannot do this. Honestly, the whole storyline with Isha is just so devastating. The way that her and Jinx's relationship in the present parallels Vi and Powder's relationship in the past, The way that Isha sacrificed herself with the Hextech weapon and was successful, unlike Powder's attempt, which was unsuccessful. Oh my goodness. It's just like, it cuts deep. I mean, I'll talk more about this later because there's more songs, obviously, in these episodes, but this whole family arc of them kind of reuniting with Vander, that really took me out. That left me emotionally scarred for a good few days. Because what the fuck do you mean?
I can feel the light shine on my face.
I know this one is like a lot of people's favorite in season 2, so I apologize if this is too low for you, but it's still very powerful, and I love the connection it draws to Ashes and Blood. And then Victor actually does that. He crosses that line and he turns into a god. He turns into the glorious evolution, and it's this really beautiful sentiment. And I love what it does here as well. Like, it's really powerful at this part of the show when you know the tension is building, you know we're reaching the finale, you know something's about to go down. As a standalone song, it's great. Like, I still acknowledge that it's great. Yeah, feel free to yell at me in the comments if you'd like. That completes tier number 4, Blisters and Bedrock. Now we're going to move up to tier number 3, which I've titled Always a Dance with You.
Always a dance with you.
Because these songs are a lot of fun. I know I say that over and over again, but that really is the dichotomy of this soundtrack. Like, I either want to cry or I'm shaking my ass. There's really no in between. And these songs are not all like fun, upbeat songs. That's not what I'm saying. With this tier name, it just means like we're leveling up. These are songs that I really like. Okay, let's get into it.
Go spin the wheel and see where it lands.
I know some of y'all are gonna clown the fuck out of me for putting this song this high, but I don't know what to tell you. It's a bop. It is a bop. Heimerdinger's voice on this is just so soothing, and it's so like good. Like, that is really the standout of the song. It really eases you into this like calm, peaceful vibe of the song, of just kind of like letting things flow, letting things take their time. I think it really resembles Heimerdinger's character growth as well throughout the show, like having spent so long now in this alternate universe, accepting things as they are. Heimerdinger is such an interesting character. He really is an interesting, underrated character. His death actually made me really sad. Stop pretending like you don't like this song. Stop pretending you don't bop a little bit. It's a good song, okay?
You don't love me!
I just love the scenery paired with this song, where you hear Caitlyn kind of taking control and finally giving into her rage. And then the Enforcer badge shines and you know, oh my god, Vi is actually doing this. Is she actually doing this? And then the moment the music kicks back in, that is when you see Vi's face and it settles in. She also took on this role. They have no mercy anymore for Jinx, for the Undercity. It's tragic, it's so tragic, but it's so well done, the mesh between the mellow verses and then this really loud, energetic chorus.
Tell these bitches we with it, we never run.
Does anyone else get like 365 Shy Girl remix vibes from this chorus? Anyways, yeah, not much to say about it. It's just a lot of fun. I also love the incorporation of like Indian classical elements into the song, into the fight scene. Savika is a bad bitch. She is a bad bitch. Honestly, I did not like her at all in season 1, but she really earned my trust back in season 2. Can I just say, I love Jinx's long hair. Like the really long, wavy hair, like sprawling out around her. I understand it's terrible. It's so tragic, like how she's reached this point of like not wanting to live anymore. But the hair is gorgeous. Okay. Anyways, yeah, the song is beautifully tragic. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's pretty clear how Jinx is feeling in this moment. But again, I like how they do it through the music and not just Jinx telling us. So you can hear this music, you get immersed in the vibe, and then you see Jinx actually like take those actions and you're like, holy shit, this is real. Like, she's really kind of at the end of her line. And I love how Echo brings her back. The Echo Jinx storyline has some of the best music in this show, in my opinion, but God, is it sad.
I declare war on anybody standing in the way of what I dream for.
Oh my god, this song is so fun. This song is just such a fun time. I love how this is used as the introduction to the Firelight, so we finally learn who these people are. And of course, their backstory is pretty sad, you know, how they have had to make their own. But again, it's paired with this bop. It's wonderful. It's wonderful how the music tells the story. I kind of feel like the intro, I kind of think it outshines the rest of the song in my opinion. They're both still very powerful, the intro and the main song itself, but especially with the artwork of Victor and Sky going through Vander's mind, going through the tunnel, trying to reach the end with the dramatic, loud instrumental music playing in the background. It's really powerful. And then we get into the main song with all these really cute, wholesome past memories of their family, and it's just so tragic. It's so tragic and beautiful. Again, that's like all the songs in this show. Like I said before, the family reunion dynamic in episodes 5 through 6 was probably my favorite part of the whole season. It just really had me on the edge of my seat. You really want to see them succeed. You want to see them finally get back together, because Vander comes back and then Jinx meets Isha, and then you can see kind of like the pieces falling back together, and you're like, oh my god, they can finally be happy. It can finally work. We can get back to where we were at the start of season 1. And then it all falls apart again. Isn't that just lovely? Okay, moving on to tier number 2. This is like the good shit. These are my favorites. We are now getting to like my true favorite songs of the show. And fittingly enough, this tier is called You're Hot, Cupcake.
You're hot, Cupcake.
Because you're hot. These songs are hot. They make me fold just like Caitlyn folded for Vi.
Don't sugarcoat it, Cupcake.
Oh my god!
Wait, Stray Kids made a good song? Oh my god, the stays are gonna come for me. Stray Kids is one of the artists in this soundtrack that I actually know beforehand, even though I don't really listen to their music. A lot of it is kind of hit or miss to me. But this song goes so hard. It's so much fun. The Stray Kids formula really worked here. It really fits into the Arcane vibe. I love the opening as well, and the way it introduces Jinx and Echo back into the final battle. It really is a feel-good moment amidst all the chaos and trauma of the finale to this show. It's just this like one feel-good moment where you're like, yes, bad bitches, like go slay the game. Again, I will never get enough of this family dynamic in season 2. What have they done to us? More like, what did you do to me? Like, you changed my brain chemistry forever. And this song just feels so Vander. It feels so Vander Warwick. It feels very in line with that story. I wish it was longer. I wish they had more to the song. They just kind of ended after the first chorus. But honestly, I think I would have ranked this even higher if it was longer.
Paint the town blue, lights on the ground new.
Oh my god, this song is so fun. She devoured, Ashniko devoured with this one. Trigger warning, blood and gore, jump for your life, there's lava on the floor. I love these lyrics so much, they're so much fun. And again, it's like tragic, it's war, it's horrible. But this song is so fun, so I don't know how to feel. Well, I think this was the lead single for season 2. I think it's an absolutely wonderful choice. The energy in this song is just unrivaled.
I can hear the sound of a heartbeat before it goes out.
This is like the one scene in this whole show that I physically struggle to watch. Oh my god, the way it just all goes wrong in the blink of an eye. But I'm honestly kind of obsessed with how this song fades things out, because you have this final image of Silco, embracing Powder, and then it just slowly fades into the background, into the black, until it's just like this fire. I don't know, that's so hauntingly beautiful. Kind of representing everything going up in flames and a new beginning for all these characters. And this song is so powerful. The vocals are stunning. The production is stunning. It really just takes my breath away every time.
Get the fuck out of my head. So long, sucker.
I love that this song is the reintroduction back into the Undercity for season 2. You're seeing in episode 1 of season 2 what's going on Topside. That whole time you're wondering, what's going on in the Undercity. And this song, again, with some really beautiful animation, really beautiful kind of still images, the storytelling, it's done so well, because you can see how the Undercity is effectively falling apart without Silco, and how Jinx is just kind of now wandering on her own. I also love the reference back to Dirty Little Animals, because like I said, that was our introduction back into Silco's ruling of the Undercity in season 1, and this song kind of calls back to that, being like, well, you're flopping now, without Silco, without your leader, you're all suckers. Like, that's really what this song is saying, and it's powerful. It's really powerful to think about. Oh my god, this scene! Every time I listen to this song, immediately in my head I can vividly see Jinx lighting the flare, essentially crying out to her sister, calling for her back, saying she misses her sister. That's what, okay. Let me compose my thoughts. You kind of have three different plot lines going on at once. You have Vi and Caitlyn escaping. You have Silco raging over Vi and Caitlyn's escape, you know, just getting absolutely mad. This is the first time, I think, in the season you see Silco get this mad and just like let out all his emotions. And then we also get Jinx lighting the flare, which she's held on to this whole time. Keep that in mind. She's held on to it this whole time. And it's all paired with this beautiful song. The way the vocals swell at just the right moments. Oh, Woodkid's voice is just tremendous on it. And I think it's reflected so beautifully in the lyrics as well. Kiss your perfect world goodbye. Like, this is kind of a big moment where everything is breaking down. It's just so stunning. All right, we are now heading up to tier number 1. These are my all-time favorites in the soundtrack. This tier is called The Glorious Evolution. These are the songs that even Magic Arcane Victor would approve of.
The final glorious evolution.
Child. Anyway, so.
And the reason I think these songs in particular are so good is because you don't need to know a single thing about Arcane to really enjoy and immerse yourself in these songs. These are just perfect, beautiful songs through and through. And the scenery that it's part of in Arcane just only adds to that beauty. But like, if I just gave this starter pack of like these 6 songs to anyone being like, here's an EP, go listen to it, I feel like anyone could enjoy these songs. Anyone. They're just that good. So yeah, let's get into it.
Welcome to the playground, follow me.
I think when I first watched the show, the moment this song came on, that was when I knew, yeah, we're getting into some good shit right now. This being the first song of the whole show and it being this good, that's how you know you're watching something truly phenomenal, okay? Bea Miller's voice, sorry if I mispronounced her name, is really haunting on this song, kind of luring you in. It's like, welcome in. Like, this is our first introduction to their home, and it's this like haunting, eerie song being like, welcome to the playground, come on in, you know? Like, oh, it's so good.
In this gothic underground city, we all sin. If I bring a couple rounds with me, then we all win.
Once again, why do they keep giving us these devastating scenes between two characters we have been longing to see reunite, and I'm getting emotionally invested, and I'm scared what's gonna happen, and then all of a sudden I'm like,
This might kick your butt, go run up and pay my deal.
this scene is undeniably phenomenal, of course, but like I said, with these songs in particular, they really stand alone from their scenes as well. And this is a great example. This song, like, I have listened to so many times because it's so fun. The raps, the chorus, the beat, and I can't get enough. I really cannot get enough of this song.
Encore plus près de tes adversaires.
Mais ma meilleure ennemie, c'est toi.
If this is not in your top 5, you're lying. Like, everyone loves this song. It's become such a hit among Arcane fans, I'm pretty sure, because it's so good. Like, there's really nothing else for me to say. It's just a fun time. And I think a big part of that, once again, is the production. It's really haunting the way those, like, falsettos, those really high, eerie notes come in and surround you as you're listening to the song. We have the through line of I love you, I hate you. That's, like, very robotic, very techno-y, but it surrounds the entire song. Again, it really immerses you in the story of what's going on, of this dynamic between Echo and Jinx, where they're lovers in this universe but enemies in another. This song makes me wish I knew French so I could really appreciate all the intricacies of the lyricism in this song, but even just reading the English translation, it's like, damn.
Mais ma meilleure ennemie, c'est toi.
I am the monster you created.
Really, to me, what makes this song so powerful is not just how it wraps up season 1, but how really this is kind of the principle behind the entire show. The idea that at every step of the way, things could be entirely different if not for some little small decision. If only Powder didn't try to help out that day. If only Echo hadn't given them the tip to Jace's apartment. If only Jace hadn't pushed so hard for Hex Tech. If only. That's kind of the phrase that governs this entire show, and I think this song beautifully captures the heartache and remorse and anger behind that feeling. Especially in this scene where Jinx essentially does the same thing she did in Act 1. The moment things seem like they could turn out okay, the moment where Piltover finally is ready to give the Undercity their freedom, she makes a single split-second decision, pulling that trigger that shatters it all into pieces and sends them down the road to war. But this time, I think she's doing it out of her own grief over what could have been, for her relationship with Vi, for Silco, all these things that she's lost now, that it's all lost to her, and she feels no choice but to just get angry at the people she feels responsible for it all, the higher-ups at Piltover, the council. That rage, that anger, that grief that is so core to this show is portrayed so wonderfully in the song itself. That violin in the bridge is enough to send me straight to heaven. Like, that is the music I want to hear when I die. That's it.
But I can't hear
After this scene, I literally wanted to cry, and this is the first scene of season 2. This is the first scene. What? Once again, do you guys see what I'm saying? This is why I love Arcane so much, because of the way the story is told through music. After the end of season 1, I think it was pretty clear they were going to kickstart season 2 with Caitlyn's mom dying. Like, I had a very strong feeling that was going to be a big moment. But God, I was not expecting it to be this tragic. And it's because it's not like this big recap of season 1. It's not explained to you. The writers know that you already know what's going to happen. And so it just paints you this scene. It paints you the aftermath with these beautiful haunting charcoal drawings and the music. God, this song is so good. I just watched the door close because I couldn't keep it open. Representing how Caitlyn feels, she could have prevented this all. She could have saved her mother if only she had taken out Jinx earlier. But she couldn't do that because of her love for Vi. This show just refuses to see us happy, but honestly, I'm here for it. And not to mention, Freya Writing's voice on this is just so gorgeous. I saw something about how they really wanted to choose someone that embodied Caitlyn's emotions.
We wanted someone that has a kind of voice that mirrors Caitlyn's personality. Makes it so much more special when you find an artist that really hits those emotional qualities you're looking for.
They could not have gone with someone better. Like, her voice is perfect. This song really is like a manifestation of Arcane in music form, probably because it's literally told from the perspective of the Arcane itself, which is kind of a crazy concept when you think about it. And it's also paired with one of the best scenes in the show, of course. But this is the kind of song that I could listen to nonstop and still feel the emotions of it every time, and that is just from the song itself, not even mentioning the scene it's paired with, intersplicing Jinx and Vi and Savika and Caitlyn's fights with Jace, Echo, and Heimerdinger discovering how Hextech has turned the Arcane against them and now they have to suffer the consequences. Really what this whole song is about, it's like, you fucked up, now you're gonna watch everything shatter around you because of your greed and foolishness, because of the choices you made, because your actions have consequences. And Woodkid's voice in the verses, God, this man is just so talented. Going from Guns for Hire into this, like, I feel like he really embodies the Arcane, he really embodies the anger. But what really makes this song are the chants. They took my breath away when I first heard them, and they honestly still do, because it feels so fitting to the universe of Arcane. I know there's some lore behind the chants, behind like who they're from. I'm not like too familiar with League of Legends lore, so I don't know all the details, but just listening to it, like, you can tell shit is going down. Shit is really going down right now, and the way it just continuously ramps up tension throughout the entire song, I really cannot get enough of this. It was hard to choose, but this is my number one. Okay, so that is the entire Arcane soundtrack ranked. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm literally in the middle of finals right now. Like, I need to lock in, but this is what we're doing instead. We're ranking Arcane. But honestly, I had a really fun time going through the music. If you can't tell, I am obsessed with this soundtrack. I'm still listening to it. So let me know down below what you thought, if you agree, disagree, what are your feelings on the new Arcane season, on the show in general. I really love this show. I'll talk more about it if you guys want me to, but I'll probably get back to the Pop Girls with my next video. This was just kind of like a fun thing I wanted to do. But yeah, that's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
You're hot, Cupcake. You gonna help me out, Cupcake? It's been real, Cupcake.
Don't sugarcoat it, Cupcake.